We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go. Hi everybody, I'm Sophie, he's Mike, and she's Brenda, and welcome to On the Road with Mickey. If you're returning for another adventure with us, welcome back. We are so glad you have returned safely. And if this is your first episode with us and you're new here, welcome. It's so nice to meet you, and I'm going to show you the reins today. First up, we have our Cheddar from the Big Cheese, which is basically our Disney news snippets. And then after that, we have our feature topic, which is what we talk about for most of the episode. And then after that, we have our This Day in Disney History, brought to you by me. And after that is our game of Who's Who, and that is brought to you by Mike, my dad. Oh, fair warning, I'm almost never wrong when it comes to this game. I almost always win it. And then after that, Brenda will be giving us a quote from the big man himself, Walt Disney, and it's just going to be amazing. So buckle up, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the car at all times. Make sure you're safe, fasten your seatbelts, all that good stuff. And we will see you on the road. It's time to get going. Let's go!
Hey everyone, I'm Mike and she's Sophie.
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
And he's Grogu. Hey Grogu, you rock, buddy. And we're on the road with Mickey. This is episode 112 for March 7, 2022. And our feature topic this week is springtime at Disney. You know, the calendar hits March, the temperatures start to warm up, the birds start chirping more, the flowers start blooming, and springtime arrives at Disney. And
Yes.
we're gonna focus on that and all the exciting things and that you can see and experience. And even if you don't experience any of those, just some of the things that you can just really sink your teeth into when it comes to being at Disney in the spring. But before we get started on that, I do have some feedback from last week's show. We were talking about the benefits of staying on the boardwalk, and I posted in the Facebook group. Go find our Facebook group if you haven't found it yet. We talk a bunch and we have a lot of fun. And I asked the question, what do you like about the boardwalk area of Disney? And Chrissy wrote in that she loves the Italian restaurant, the Trattoria Al Forno. It's amazing with the whole Gordon Ramsay Hell's Kitchen vibe. Her words, not mine, when they are busy. It's like dinner and a show. The bakery is really good too. So excited to visit Jelly Rolls for the first time in the dance hall soon.
I didn't
Cool.
realize that she hadn't been to Jelly Rolls.
I didn't either. So
Wow.
I know.
Yay.
So it looks like we have some more people coming to Jelly Rolls with us, Sophie.
It's
Yay.
gonna be a whole party.
It's going to be a party.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what I want it to be.
Exactly. So my buddy John agreed with Chrissy in her choice of Trattoria Al Forno. He likes it for breakfast.
Me
And
too.
I remember
Rock on.
Sophie shared those pictures
Oh, yeah.
with the tangled pancakes.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Mm.
oh man.
That steak
then-
is awesome too.
Yeah. And then lastly, my friend Pam wrote that in the morning, she likes having coffee on the balcony, watching the boardwalk, quote, waking up. And in
Yeah.
the evening, she likes having a drink on the balcony, people watching before going to bed. And in between, she likes Surrey biking and strolling around. You know,
Such a nice area.
it is a great area.
I
So,
remember my first time on the boardwalk. Um, well, sort of remember it. I was like, what, 7, maybe 8?
you were 9. I think.
9.
That
Yeah,
first
and I
time.
just remembered us passing by this Surrey bike, and these people were riding it, and at the time I didn't know how to ride a bike. I still don't know how to ride a bike. I can't get my balance right.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw that, I was like, that thing has 4 wheels.
For sure.
Daddy, I want one. I haven't gotten one yet, but
No, not likely to get one either. Riding a
no.
Surrey bike in the hills of Raleigh is kind of a hard thing to do.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
But anyway, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
You never
But
know.
Maybe one
you
day.
never know.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, that's our feedback from last week. So thank you everyone for chiming in. We appreciate it. We love the feedback. It's like our
Thank you,
top
guys.
Thank you.
thing. So
Yes.
and now it's time for a cheddar from the big cheese. And we have some really exciting cheddar, and we have some cheddar that kind of got lost in the shuffle. I'm going to start us off. I originally had this one for Sophie, but then I found a piece of cheddar that is even better for her. So I took this one instead. And it turns out last year, lost in the shuffle of all the pandemic stuff we were dealing with, the
Yeah.
Disney College program celebrated 40 years of magic in 2021.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Wow.
And we have friends that have been through the college program, and I mean it was so exciting to hear their talk of how it all went for them. And it's so exciting that they've had 40 years of being able to do that program, and it's helped a lot of young adults out over the years. And it
Yes,
just
that's
gives them
awesome.
that start of what it's like to, just to be that, how to deal with the public and everything like that. So
Yeah.
well done, Disney. Good job.
Yay. That is
Yeah.
fantastic. What a long time. That's great.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Well, some of
Right.
those people get trained on the Disney Cruise Line. So going over there, over on the high seas, we've got some more information about the brand new Disney Wish and what you'll find on board. First up is Inside Out Joyful Sweets, which will feature handmade gelato, ice cream, candy, and novelty treats for purchase. Yay!
Oh
Yeah,
my
I know.
gosh, I love gelato.
Yay! Also on the Wish will be Olaf's Royal Picnic, where guests can enjoy their favorite frozen friends from a summertime picnic in Arendelle during a premium entertainment experience specially designed for families with children ages 3 to 12. Guests will interact with Olaf, Anna, Elsa, and Kristoff. These are just two of the experiences you'll find coming soon on the Disney Wish.
Exactly.
Yay, I
Wow.
can't wait.
So when you guys go, Brenda, is it just you and Butch?
It's just Butch and I in December, so we
Okay.
won't be doing that one. But you know what? We'll be enjoying
You
that
know what?
gelato, the candies,
Maybe
the novelty treats.
I'm thinking you should book it anyway.
What? Book the 3 to
picnic.
12 experience?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I'll knock somebody out that has kiddos.
Well, maybe.
That's
I don't
Maybe.
want to
fair.
do
That's
that.
true. Yeah, we don't want to do that. But
No.
Yeah.
but if like there's a walk up or something.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, if they happen to have space, I'd love to do it. Because I'm just a kid at heart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Sophie.
My turn.
Your
And this
turn.
is spooky news. Ooh. The Haunted Mansion film that we talked about a while back on the podcast has an official release date, and we are looking forward to seeing it in theaters starting March 10th, 2023.
Awesome. Woo!
Ah!
We'll have to start a
That-
countdown.
Another movie,
we will.
Turning Red, is going to be coming to Disney Plus, I think, sometime this month.
I think so. I don't remember the exact date.
Yeah, I'm
And
pretty
we
sure
can go
it's
look it up, but I also saw that I think it's like one of the fast food Chinese restaurants, like Panda Express or something like that, is doing a promotion, like a contest in conjunction with Turning Red.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So I didn't
I
write
could
down
see
any
that.
info on that, but if you're curious about it, go Google it because it might be worth taking a look at.
Interesting.
Yep,
Yeah.
and it's coming out March 11th, 2022. It's coming out very
So
soon.
this
Yeah, 4
week.
days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
awesome.
All right. Well, as you all know, we have our contact information in our show notes every week. So feel free to check it out and check out all of the ways you can connect with us.
Yay.
And it is time for our feature topic, springtime at Disney. So we're taking a look at all the things that you can enjoy and experience at Disney during the springtime. And,
Yes.
I want to start. I didn't put this first in my notes, so I might move it around. But I just wanted to say that the average temperatures for March at Walt Disney World is a high of 78 and a low of 56. And today, right now, it is 46 degrees, and it's going to be, I think, in the 50s here in Raleigh. So that is like music to my ears.
There
And
you
in
go.
So when are we
April,
going?
the average high is 82 and the low is 61.
Yeah,
That sounds so awesome.
Doesn't
very
that
nice
sound
weather
like the perfect weather for Disney?
for sure.
Yes.
It, perfect weather.
Yep.
So, and as we've been reporting, Epcot's International Flower and Garden Festival started on March 2nd and it goes all the way through July 4th. So it actually goes into the summer.
Yeah.
But seeing the festival during the springtime with all those topiaries, all the flowers, all the different things that you can learn about while you're there at
Yeah.
Epcot is just it
It's
just
so beautiful.
yeah, it just the words can't describe it.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
And
really beautiful.
lastly, in conjunction with that, the Garden Rocks concert series. They have these concerts throughout the festival, and I found out that the Plain White Tees are going to be performing during Sophie's birthday weekend.
Wait,
And
really?
yeah, and if you don't know who they are, the one song I know of theirs is one of my favorites, and it's called Hey There Delilah. You remember that
Nice.
song?
I do remember that song.
I don't think
And
so.
it's such a good song. Google it if you have it. It's such a good song.
That's
You
nice.
probably will recognize it once you start playing it. Um
Oh, yeah.
but I'm just thinking that maybe we should check in on that when we're there.
Nice.
Maybe
Very
we
nice.
should.
You know?
We should
So
always check in on music.
yeah.
And don't
Yeah.
forget also, even though the weather's gorgeous in the springtime, and it is, it also rains about 3 inches in March and May and about 2 inches in April. So be sure to have your ponchos with you and be sure to have a hat if you're a hat wearer, because even though the temperatures are only in the 70s and 80s, if you're standing right in the sunlight, it is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good points to make, Brenda, of course.
Oof.
And I've got my Jungle Cruise hat, which is not only good
No,
for
I
the
love it.
sun, it's not only good for the sun, but it repels the backside of water.
And it's a fashion statement.
It is, and I should have worn it today, but I didn't. I
Yep.
don't
It
like to
repels
give
the
I don't like
backside
to
and the
bring
front
too much
side.
attention to myself, so.
Oh, okay. I see that giraffe in the
Yeah.
background.
That
I like that.
giraffe is from Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Nice.
Yep.
One of my pictures
Nice.
from the years, and it is just a great pictures. We love giraffes, especially Cindy. So,
Mhm.
Yes, for sure.
but in addition to the flower and garden, there's other stuff that you can experience, and um, I particularly like Brenda's choice of her background today.
Yay!
I do
It's
too.
coming
It's a
back.
great
So
one.
talk a little bit, Brenda. What's coming
It's
back?
coming back. The Festival of Fantasy Parade is coming back in 2 days. 2 days.
Yeah,
Yay!
March 9th.
It's gonna be awesome.
March 9th.
So
And
excited.
isn't it? It's usually at 3 p.m., right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but check the times guide because they say they're going to do them twice a day. So check that times guide when you go into the parks, right next to the park map.
golly, I love the fact that parades are coming back.
I
Now,
know.
I have a question. Obviously, in April, Easter comes along. This year, Easter is April 17th.
Pretty late.
It is fairly late for Easter. The question I have is, do you know, will they be having the Easter parade at the Magic Kingdom? I haven't
don't
heard any
know.
official word. What's
I haven't heard
Brenda's gut
either.
telling her?
I think they're going to have it.
I mean, why
I
wouldn't they, right?
can't think of a reason.
I mean, they got other parades. They've got other stuff. So
Yep.
unless I don't know, maybe they don't have the performers for it or something. I don't know.
We
But
shall see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Haven't heard yet.
Yay.
And I know that Aunt Sheila is definitely wondering about that. So
Yay.
any
Yeah.
listeners out there, I haven't seen anything official about whether it's coming back, but that's a good lead-in question. What do you think? Will it be there for Easter Sunday at the Magic Kingdom? Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And if anyone has seen an article, please, please, please post the article in the group and we'll take a look at it because I'd love to know if it's going to be there.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
would love to know.
We'll
So,
be on the lookout. We'll
yeah,
post it in there if they release something about it.
yeah.
It'll
So
probably be much closer to the date, though.
probably will. But if
Yeah.
someone knows and just give me your gut, will it be there or won't it be there? Tell me what you're thinking.
Awesome.
So,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, parades are a big thing when it comes to
Yes.
springtime. And you know, obviously the rides are there year round. You know, Smuggler's Run, Rise of the Resistance. You don't need a time of year to see them, to experience them.
Yep.
Although over at Hollywood Studios, Sophie,
Mhm.
one perfect ride that almost screams springtime, and it's a new ride.
Yep.
And who's having a picnic when a
Mickey and
train
Minnie's
comes through?
Runaway Railway.
Exactly.
I
That one
was thinking
almost
of an outside.
screams.
That
Yeah,
one
I
does
know.
scream
But
springtime
that
for
one
sure.
screams springtime because they're having a picnic,
Yeah.
and I know it's not an outside ride, but still,
Yep.
You're right.
Springtime's perfect for a picnic.
yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yay. Springtime's also perfect for extra hours because on Sunday we're going to spring forward so we get more daylight. And that means that on the weekends they'll probably be staying open later.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
You're
good
right.
point.
You're right.
Yay.
Wait,
So,
so when we
So
spring
much
forward on
goodness.
Sunday, does that mean I get one
Less
less
sleep.
hour of
Yep.
sleep?
you get less
Oh.
sleep.
You lose 1 hour of sleep this
Mm.
Sunday,
Spring
the 13th.
ahead, fall back. You spring ahead an hour. So when it's 2 a.m., it's really 3 a.m. And when it's in the fall, when it's 2 a.m., it becomes 1 a.m.
Oh goodness, I hope I don't have an early shift that day.
Go to bed 1 hour earlier
Yeah, it's hard to
if you
go to
can.
sleep,
Yeah,
though. When you're trying to go to sleep, it's sometimes hard to go to sleep.
That's true.
it is extremely hard to go to sleep.
So,
That's true.
Insomnia, don't you just love it?
It's a thrill.
yeah. But, some other things that I like that involve the springtime, to me anyway, like I was saying, the rides are there. They're going to
Yeah.
be there year round. And for the most part, with certain exceptions, they're open year round, for the most part. There's some small maintenance closures and stuff like that. But to me, what I like is just the being there, kind of taking it easier, stopping, smelling the roses, just sauntering down Main Street, USA.
Yeah.
Heading over to Adventureland, maybe taking the boat over, maybe ride the Liberty Tree, the Liberty Bell, I mean. Maybe take the raft over and spend some time in Tom Sawyer Island. You know,
Yeah.
just
Yep.
kind of
Celebrating
wandering
spring.
the
Yeah.
park, wandering the park, you know?
Nice.
So those are the kinds of things that I think about with spring. So,
What
Yep.
I think about with spring is the Flower and Garden Festival and all those topiaries. Like
They're
it's
so
yeah.
beautiful.
you can't not think about that.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So talk some more about it, Sophie.
Well, I'm actually extremely interested to see what kind of topiaries they're going to do for this year's Flower and Garden Festival because I'm pretty sure they change it up every year. So you don't get the same thing twice in a row at least. And I know that last time there were a bunch of the characters all around World Showcase and some in Future World too. You had Remy over in France to celebrate Remy's Ratatouille adventure coming out. You had Winnie the Pooh and friends in the UK. There was even like Simba and Rafiki and all the lions from The Lion King over by the land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's great.
so yeah, I'm just very curious to see what they're going to do.
I am too. And I'm going to share a picture. This is one of my favorites from last year.
Yeah.
So, hang on. Share my screen. Boom. Start sharing.
Oh, nice.
Ah, yeah,
Very
that was
good.
right in the front, right as you went from
Mm-hmm.
Future World to World
Yep.
Showcase.
Yeah.
Definitely looks like springtime.
Yeah. And it's like um the the genius
I know.
and how they create all that
It's
is just
crazy.
it's just so cool to see how they bring that to life, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
The best of the
So,
best for sure. And the
yeah.
food treats with all the seasonal goodies, they use all the fresh seasonal ingredients in a lot of their food offerings. They're so yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yum. Yeah,
Yeah.
Flower and Garden is awesome. And when you're not at Flower and Garden, especially if you're staying on the boardwalk, you can fit in some awesome pool time, which is also a very fun thing to do in the spring.
Here's another
You
shot.
absolutely can.
You can. The water in the pools just gets to be perfect
Perfect
temperatures.
temperature, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, but anyway, I'll stop sharing. But you're right. The pool time, your resort time, those are great things to think about as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, um, and over at Animal Kingdom, that is such a warm park. It gets
Yes.
so hot,
Yes, it does.
and I don't think there's anything they can do about it. But um, being there in the springtime would make it a little bit more manageable, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not quite as hot, so it's not going to be quite as bad. And then of course, just like most of the parks, if you are there and it's a warm season or a warm day or whatever, you got things like the Lion King where you can step inside and kind of chill out a little bit and things like that. So now I still haven't heard, and I don't know if you've heard anything, Brenda or Sophie.
Mm.
Um, I haven't heard when the work on Expedition Everest will be completed.
Mm.
It's supposed to be,
Nope.
I thought I heard originally like April, but I'm not certain.
I haven't heard a date for reopening.
So that's one thing that would be hard for, you know, going to Animal Kingdom if you can't ride get the breezes from Expedition Everest.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Maybe that'll just make the line for Kali River Rapids even longer.
well, that's true, and
Never
that's
know.
certainly an alternative,
Yep.
Yeah, it's
because
not so bad to get wet in the springtime.
no, it's
Nope.
not.
Or the summer.
Yeah,
And there's still always families they're not going to want to get wet. So
right.
maybe that'll keep the lines down a little bit. Of course, we're talking about spring break. So of course the crowds are like massive during spring break.
That's
Mhm.
true,
Just
and
work around that.
that's it. You've got to. I mean,
Work around it.
don't come into your vacation at Disney in the spring thinking you're going to have the park to yourself. It's not going to happen.
Right.
So manage your expectation
Yes.
and work around what you do come up against. So absolutely
That's right.
Yeah. Well,
So,
if there's one thing that Expedition Everest being closed gives us, it's that it's really the only ride in that area. It has this entire area to itself before you reach Kali River Rapids and the other rides in that part of Animal Kingdom.
mhm.
And I've just looked at an article about it to see if I could find a release date. I couldn't find one, but it did say that there were reportedly almost no guests over in that area, even though there are
Yeah.
a bunch of trees and stuff over there. So you could take a minute, sit in the shade over there and cool down just a little bit.
Yeah, and there's
That's a
that
good
great
point.
ice cream truck over there.
There
Goodness
Yeah.
is
gracious, they're missing it.
Anandapur.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's yummy.
that
Mm-hmm.
is yummy. That is yummy. And
Ice cream in the spring.
we have some awesome tales from that, don't we, Soph?
Yeah, yum.
Absolutely, we do,
Very
especially the
good.
free one.
Yes. That was
Yeah.
I think I found out how that one works. What you have to do is you have to wait until there's nobody in line, and then you go up, you go to pay for it, and they give it to you for free because that gets a line going.
maybe. I don't know if that's I
I
think
don't know
that was
either.
just Disney magic for us
Yeah.
that day.
I think it was too, but still.
But still. But anyway, yeah. That is a good point. If there's no one over that way, then use that as a place to kind of relax a little bit and,
Yeah.
you know, just
Yep.
chill out and enjoy a snack and just see what you get, and just use it to get off your feet for a little bit.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
definitely a good thought. Um, so we've talked about Epcot, we talked about Magic Kingdom a little bit with the Main Street and all that, and the parades, and we talked a little bit about Hollywood Studios, and we talked about um, Animal Kingdom. We didn't talk about Disney Springs.
No, we didn't. And there's a lot of stuff at Disney Springs.
Yeah,
We
and there's a lot of outdoor and Boardwalk
Yeah.
too. Those two kind of go hand in hand a little bit. There's a lot of things you can do there that are outdoors. Disney
Yep.
Springs, they often have little pop-up concerts that come up, and that's just a great time. You can get yourself a snack, you sit outside and listen to music or just people watch or whatever, and do your shopping. So
And I
That's
mean,
right.
it's actually kind of funny because Disney Springs is probably the best place to enjoy spring at Disney because it's literally in the name.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we never ever talk about Disney Springs, it feels like. But
Not as much. Not as
yeah,
much.
but there are a lot of good things you can do there. You can cool off certainly by going shopping in the shops and whatnot. You can get something to eat too. There's a lot
Yep.
of there's a lot at Disney Springs and we never talk about it. It does not get all the credit that it deserves.
Yeah, we have talked about it though.
Yeah.
So
but we don't talk about it nearly as often as we should.
Okay. All right. Well, start finding things you want to talk about with regards to it.
Yeah, I
And we'll
will.
sprinkle some stuff in.
Yep.
Um, so I don't
Yeah.
know. To me, being there in the spring, like I said, is just about it's about just the temperatures and just slowing down and relaxing and seeing Disney and imagining, if you will, that there's a dome over the sky and everything looks as brilliant as it does in Brenda's picture with not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a real picture.
Uh-huh.
So that's what springtime at Disney is for me, is you know, obviously some other things you can do during that time is you can spend some time resort hopping. You can, this might be the time of year when you go over to Fort Wilderness to see the horses and look at the barn and see about doing the horseback riding if they're offering it and things like that. That might be the time to go do something like that.
Yeah.
Or going over to Riverside and renting a Surrey bike to ride down the Sassagoula between the two resorts. Or doing some catch and release fishing. Just things that speak spring.
Yes.
you know and
Yeah.
it's neat because you know those sorts of things, the fishing, the bike riding and stuff like that, are things you would do at home, not necessarily something you might think about doing when you're at Disney, but it is something you can do.
And
you
there's an
know
extra level of magic added to it.
yeah.
Yep.
So
Disney just makes everything better.
That's for sure.
yes, so those are just some of the things that you might want to think about.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to talk about springtime at Disney, and I don't think we've even scratched the surface. What are we missing, girls?
I
The
don't know.
spring food.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I can't even begin to think about where to start with the spring food. All I know is I've been looking at the Flower and Garden Festival menu again. I really like the Flower and Garden Festival. I like
Yeah.
the Food and Wine Festival, but
So at looking at the menu, do you have something that stands out? This is something I got to try this trip or next
here,
time
why
we're there.
don't I just pull up the Disney food blog that I found a bunch of pictures on.
Okay.
All right. Okay, here it is. Or maybe this. Oh, there's the. No, those aren't really photos. Hang on. I found it on another blog. 1 second. Goodness gracious. Uh, keep talking while I'm finding.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Okay. I'll stop talking.
Okay, here we go. This is actually from DisneyParksDisneyGo.com. So this is the Disney Parks blog.
Yeah.
And just look at some of these things. Like that has salmon on it, so I'm not particularly interested in it, but at the same time, it looks so pretty.
Yeah.
And this one, I believe, is over near the donut box over by Test Track, I think. Yeah, Sunshine Griddle. That thing right there, I don't know what it is. I think it's fried cinnamon roll bites with cream cheese frosting and candied bacon. That looks so
That
yummy.
really does look good. Yum.
Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of things too. Like this is over where the Spike the Bee cups are.
Uh-huh.
Like look at that. Look at that. I don't know what that is. Tupelo honey and sweet corn spoon bread. Oh, it has jalapenos in it. Never mind. But like just looking at all these things, it makes you hungry. What on earth is that?
That's chili cheese fries
Mmm.
or chili fries.
There's chili dog.
Yep, that drink right there looks pretty. Like, really pretty. I think that's... I don't know what that is. But there's so much stuff here, and it's all on the Disney Parks blog. And just that.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Both of these things, actually. Is that a baked potato? Potato pancakes with house-made applesauce, and it's gluten-friendly.
Okay.
There you go.
And the potato pancake with caramelized ham, onions, and herb and sour cream. Like, all of these seem so good. Ooh, I don't know what that is, but it's so yummy. Pecan praline. If you are not watching us on the YouTube channel, then you absolutely need to go watch us on the YouTube channel, because I cannot express these
That rose
properly
is so
Yeah.
cool.
with just the podcast. And yes, that rose thing, whatever it is, it looks so pretty. I don't know what it
Beautiful.
is. It's
I
at
think
the
it's-
Tangerine Cafe, I think. I think it's a vanilla rosewater and pistachio panna cotta.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing because I have no idea what any of these things are, but that's a good thing about the festivals at Epcot. They tell you and teach you so much about all these different cultures. And
Uh-oh.
dark chocolate raspberry tart.
Yum.
That looks so yummy. Goodness. What on earth are you going to do with me, Daddy? I'm going to leave Disney World heavier than when I got there.
I
Most of
doubt
the
it.
time we do.
I doubt it.
Ooh, Bombolini. That looks...
Cream-filled Italian donut with raspberry sauce and powdered sugar.
Oh
And
my
that's in
goodness.
Italy. Goodness, I told you I'm going to leave this park heavier.
It'll be all right. It'll
Yeah.
all be all right.
Looks good.
Yeah, and
There's
of course
a
there
foo-foo
are...
funnel cake.
Yep, and that looks like the last of it. And the funnel cake, of course, you get over in... Oh, wait, that's in France, I think?
That's the strawberry cheesecake funnel cake.
Ah, you can
The
have the
strawberry
cheesecake
ice
part.
cream, cheesecake crumbles, strawberry drizzle, and whipped cream.
On
Looks
second
very
thought, that's all
good.
for me. I thought the part of it that was ice cream was like a cheesecake wedge, and I was like, you can have that part, Daddy.
Nah.
But it's ice cream, so that makes it even better.
Yeah.
Looks
Oh,
very good.
goodness.
So
All
there
right.
is a lot coming up.
Yeah, but that's enough of that. Like I said, I cannot properly describe all of these things on just the podcast. You're gonna have to go watch us on the YouTube channel so that you can see what we saw,
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
because it is... all of these things are so pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And you know, that's the beauty of the podcast being on YouTube is you can see all those things. And if you're not certain how to get there, we are on YouTube at youtube.com/c/on the road with Mickey.
Yay.
And that'll
Yep.
take you straight to our channel, and you'll see our little introduction video. You can subscribe, you can click the little bell to get notifications, and we actually post our YouTube video the day before. So the YouTube goes up on Sunday night, where the audio podcast goes up on Monday morning. So,
Yep.
so it goes up just a little bit before. But anyway, enough about how you can reach us on YouTube. You know, it's just there's so much, and going to Disney, you have to plan it, and you have to do all that, and you have to figure out what time works best for you and your family. And if you're fortunate enough that you can make it work where you go during a break, like a spring break kind of setting,
Yeah.
you know, obviously we're right. You're there with a lot of other people who have the time off from school and so forth as well. But it just feels like the magic with the temperatures and the warmth, especially if you're in a northern climate where you're getting boatloads of snow and really cold temperatures. Coming down for a break just really makes a difference, and it can recharge you for
Yep.
going
Absolutely, it
forward.
can.
So so if you're able to make it work, then we strongly recommend it. And it's just a magical time, you know riding the Liberty Bell around the rivers of America is just one thing you can do to relax. Taking the ferry boats, taking the water taxis to different resorts out of the Magic Kingdom. Those are just other things that you can do, and it's just about experiencing a different side of a Disney that maybe not everyone thinks about.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now with the fireworks back, the parades back, the the rumor is that character interactions are coming back soon,
Yep.
and like not like socially distanced character interactions, but like what we're used to, the real character interactions.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
the
We're
rumor is
hopeful.
that those are coming back soon. So
Really? Oh my gosh, finally.
so we don't know when, but it feels like things are getting back to the way they used to be.
Yeah.
So and all those things just add up to an even more and more Disney like experience, you know, during the spring and any time, but especially during the spring. So
Yep.
so
Yep.
what do you think? Is there anything else we need to talk about?
I
Mm,
don't think so.
nope, I don't think so either.
Okay. Well, then I am going to call our feature topic closed, and it is time for this day in Disney history.
All right.
So, what do you got, Sophie?
Well, I've only got one thing, and this happened all the way back in 1897.
Wow.
Yeah, it before Walt was even born, just by a few years, but hey, and this is actually really special because you don't think about the Disney company until you think about Walt Disney, but there were people who helped with the company and they were around before him. And specifically, the special effect animator Cy Young was born in Suzhou, Jiangsu, Qing, China, or Qing, China, hired by Disney to be head of his new special effects animation department along with the animator Ugo Dorsey. His credits included Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Bambi, Fantasia, and Dumbo. Young left the studio after the 1941 Disney animator strike and worked as a staff artist and clerk at the Air Force, where he worked on various projects.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's all I have.
Okay.
That's good.
That is good though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's real interesting to me because of him being born in China.
it is. He was an immigrant,
Yeah.
but that's the thing about America. Immigrants, they can work their way up the social ladder and they can do great things in this country.
Yeah.
Just gotta put in the effort to it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I need to get my glasses on.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
So,
'Cause it's time for bum ba da ba.
stump
Stump
Stump the
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 stove.
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 I think this is so easy that
We
the
shall
first
see.
clue is not my first clue anymore because I
Mhm.
just read it again and I thought, oh my gosh,
That's a dead giveaway.
it's a dead giveaway. Yeah. So I still think this is really easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay.
All right.
But my first clue, this character is a fun loving, exuberant cat, elephant, dolphin.
Bing bong.
See, I don't think there was any way not to give it away. But I
Yeah.
love Bing Bong. And I read this 3 times and I just like every time I got a smile. The
Oh,
first clue was imaginary friend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that one wouldn't have been exactly a dead giveaway.
that's true.
Well, I as soon as I read it just now, I thought, oh my gosh, that's a dead giveaway. And then I thought, and then the last clue was when this character is sad, he cries candy. Would
Mm.
that have given it away?
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yay,
I love
Sophie!
this. Let me read this little paragraph to you.
Go right ahead.
Bing Bong is Riley's imaginary friend. Unfortunately, he's been out of work since Riley turned 4. He's a fun-loving, exuberant cat slash elephant slash dolphin made out of cotton candy wrapped around a nougat center. When Bing Bong is sad, he cries candy. Though Riley hasn't conjured up Bing Bong in years, he isn't giving up. His goal is to get back in with Riley so they can continue their imaginary games, like taking his song powered rocket wagon to the moon.
Wow.
And Bing
Nice.
Bong is our Who's character.
Bing bong, yay.
I love Bing Bong.
I love it
Awesome. Great
Heart of
too.
job,
gold.
Sophie.
Heart of gold.
Yay.
Thank you.
And such and I love that movie too. So
Yeah.
That movie makes me cry.
Sweet.
There are so many Pixar movies that make me cry.
yeah,
Yeah.
there are.
Very sweet.
There are. But that's a good one. And
Yeah.
just thinking about he gave himself up for Riley to
He
save
did.
her.
Yep.
I also like to think that after the events of the movie play out, Joy actually does keep her promise to Bing Bong and Riley becomes an astronaut. And when she finally goes to the moon, it's this whole thing that someone on the internet posted, and I found it on Pinterest. And just in her head, as soon as she looks back and sees Earth staring up at her because she's on the moon and she's not on Earth, this just song of "Who's your friend that likes to play bing bong, bing bong?" That's the song that they always sang when she was a little kid. It just surfaces in her mind, and it's so sad and heartwarming at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 Sweet.
My
Sweet.
gosh, I love that movie, and
Sweet.
it came out on my birthday too.
Uh-huh.
Well, there you go. Win-win.
Mhm.
Yep. All right.
All right.
Well, it is time for a little bit of Walt.
Little bit of Walt. Well, today's quote obviously is by Walt.
Good job, Brenda. I thought I was Captain
I'm
Obvious
just
here.
keeping you on your toes over
I
there.
thought I was Captain Obvious.
Daddy.
All right, here we go with a little bit of Walt. Leadership implies a strong faith or belief in something. It may be a cause, an institution, a political or business operation in which a man takes active direction by virtue of his faith and self-assurance. And of course, leadership means a group, large or small, which is willing to entrust such authority to a man or a woman in judgment, wisdom, personal appeal, and proven competence. Walt Disney, all about leadership.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. One of the best leaders ever.
Yes, yes. He was a great example.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he was.
Yep.
Thank you
All
so much,
right.
Brenda.
You're
Great
welcome.
quote.
Thank
Great
you.
quote.
Thank you.
Thank you, Walt.
Well, that wraps us up. Next week, we are going to talk more about Sophie's birthday trip. And we're going to get down,
Oh.
we're going to start drilling down into some tangible nuts and
Oh.
bolts of planning our trip.
Awesome.
Sound good, Soph?
Yes, please.
So it'll be as much a brainstorming session next week as it will anything. So, any thoughts you all have, if you're going to join us on our On the Road with Mickey meetup at the Magic Kingdom on June 18th, then give us some thoughts, what you would like to see and experience and all that. But
Absolutely.
we're going to cover some of that all next week.
Fun.
So I think it'll be fun, and I hope you all tune in and start making your plans now. And if you need any help planning your vacations, talk to Brenda, talk to myself. We'd love to help you, wouldn't we, Brenda?
Yes, of course.
Yep. So
We live for that.
we do.
Yep.
That's why we do what we do. You know, I've been reading so many heartwarming trip stories from some of my travel agent friends who have helped their clients, especially ones that had food allergies,
Yeah.
and the way that they've been able to really bring that magic and really make that family have such a great trip when they've always had such concerns over what they can eat and what they can't eat and everything like that. And just seeing how Disney handles all that and takes care of it, and
Yeah.
it allows them to just be a family and not have to focus as much on making sure that their child doesn't get sick from whatever they eat. So
I can tell you from experience, being someone with food allergies, Disney handles it better than any other place I've ever visited.
yeah. So
They are very good at
anyway,
what they do.
So that's why we do what we do, is to help our families, to help our clients have the magic, the memories that they make with their families, so that they can spend more time being a family and having fun and making memories, and less time worrying about what's going on, and just check it at the door for a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you need any help, remember you can reach out to Brenda at pixievacations.com. I'm Mike at pixievacations.com. You can also go to ontheroadwithmickey.com. We have a quote form that you can pick one of us to get your quote information to us, and we will be happy to help you with your trip and start looking at some information with you. So feel free to reach out to us.
Yes.
But next week we are going to be getting into some nitty gritty about Sophie's birthday trip. So Sophie,
Yeah.
you got some homework. Put on your thinking cap. bring some cognitive, tangible thoughts on what you want to experience.
Well, geez, you're setting the bar so high.
Well, you know what? Just have Grogu email me then, okay? I'm sure he's got some ideas.
He does. Yes, he
always
does. He's the brains of this duo.
No,
Yes.
you two are equally brainy. So there you
Yay.
Aw, thank you.
go. Equal opportunity brain sharing.
All right.
Anyway,
Okay, well, that finishes
that wraps us up. So you all have a great week. Sophie, Brenda, Grogu, and myself, I hope you have a great week, and we will see you on the road. Bye.
Bye.